Welcome to this tutorial video about ChatGPT formulas for Excel. A note before we get started. Anything we cover today may change tomorrow, or it might have changed right before today. We need to be flexible and adapt. This tutorial uses ChatGPT 4.0. It can also be done with GPT 3.5. Either way, your responses may be different than the ones shown here due to various factors. We also need to talk about what version of Excel works before we go any further. Microsoft Excel 365 for Windows was used to create this tutorial. Excel for Mac and Excel for Web both work for the steps in this tutorial. Back to ChatGPT and Excel now. ChatGPT can be used to write and explain formulas. For example, ChatGPT can assist in creating formulas in Excel by interpreting user requirements and translating them into Excel syntax, ranging from simple arithmetic operations to complex functions. It can explain complicated formulas by breaking down their components, describing the purpose of each part, and illustrating how they work together to achieve the desired outcome. The file needed for this tutorial is named datafile.xlsx. You can download it from http://tiny.cc/ai-files. When you open the Excel file called Data File, you will see several worksheets. The one needed for this tutorial is the Formulas GPT worksheet. We need a formula that returns the average of the hours per week column, column F, and that can be used in another worksheet. First, we will ask for the formula in the current worksheet, and then we will ask GPT to update the formula so it works in another worksheet. Start a new chat, and in the message box, type "Write an Excel formula to calculate the average of cells F2 through F20. Press Enter. ChatGPT gives the formula equals average, left parenthesis, F2 to F20, right parenthesis. To copy the formula, click Copy Code. Click in cell F22 and hit Control-V or Command-V on a Mac to paste the formula to the worksheet. Now let's go back to ChatGPT and continue the chat by typing "Update the formula" so that it works in another worksheet. The sheet with the numbers is named Formulas GPT. See what it gives you. ChatGPT updates the formula to equal average Formulas GPT F2 to F20, which is the average of the values in cells F2 through F20 in the Formulas GPT worksheet. Click Copy Code. So let's try that new formula now. Go back to the Excel worksheet and click on the plus sign at the bottom of your worksheet to create a new worksheet. Click in any cell in the new worksheet and hit Control-V, Command-V to paste the updated formula. Now let's try a more complicated formula. Go back to our original worksheet. Notice the table in cells I1 through J7. Here we have a list of ID numbers, and now we want ChatGPT to help us write a formula that will fill in the employee names that correspond with the ID numbers. We want ChatGPT to use a formula that will look at the large table on the worksheet and return the employee names that match the ID numbers given in the table next to it. Recall that employee names are in column A and ID numbers are in column G. We need to write a very specific prompt for ChatGPT to be able to help us write this formula. Start a new chat, and in ChatGPT's message box, type, "I have an Excel worksheet with two tables. Table 1 has employee name in column A and ID number in column G. There are 20 rows of data in table 1, including headers. Table 2 has an ID number in column I. There are 7 rows of data in table 2. Please write a formula for cell J2 in table 2 that fills in employee name." ChatGPT responds with an index and match formula as well as an explanation for what each part of the formula does. Click Copy Code. Go to the worksheet and fill in cell J2 and hit Control V, Command V to paste the formula into the formula bar. It looks good. The formula worked. Now here's a challenge for you. Have ChatGPT write a formula that extracts the word in cell A54 after the semicolon and standardizes the capitalization of the word to be title case. Here is the answer. Equals proper mid A54 find plus 1 length find, etc. Here's a breakdown of how this works. Find finds the position of the first semicolon in cell A54. Len A54 calculates the total length of the text in cell A54. Mid find plus 1 length minus find extracts the substring from the cell A54 starting just after the semicolon until the end of the text. It does this by starting at one position past the semicolon, hence plus 1, and extracting characters equal to the length of the string minus the position of the semicolon. Proper converts the extracted substring to the title case, where the first letter of each word is capitalized and all other letters are lowercase. Note that there are a few different ways this formula can be written, but this way works. A word of caution here. ChatGPT can make mistakes. On the next slide is a screenshot of the reply ChatGPT gave when we typed the same prompt a few hours after the first prompt. The second time we typed the prompt looking for a formula for a scenario, ChatGPT replied with a VLOOKUP formula that does not work. When ChatGPT gives you an answer that's incorrect, tell it that it is wrong and have a conversation with ChatGPT. We continued the chat and told ChatGPT that the formula did not work, and it replied with the correct index and match formula. ChatGPT can also be used to explain formulas. Now let's see how ChatGPT can be used to explain formulas. Click in cell E26 to see the formula used in that cell in the formula bar. Select the formula in the formula bar and hit Control-C, Command-C on your keyboard to copy it. Then hit Escape on your keyboard to escape the cell. Start a new chat in ChatGPT, and in the ChatGPT message box, type Explain this Excel formula, and then hit Control-V, Command-V to paste the formula from the worksheet. ChatGPT explains how the compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of an investment over a period is calculated using the power function in Excel. Okay, that's it. We are done. This video was created and narrated by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.